I realized something in my early 20s that most people come to much later. If I wanted to make something of myself, it was on me. No person was going to step in and organize my life. No job was going to suddenly make everything clear. No moment was coming that would do the work for me. That realization stayed with me, and it still shapes how I live today. I'm Clay Johnson, and welcome back to the podcast. Today I want to talk about that realization, not as a theory, but as something I've lived with for decades, what it gave me, what it cost me, and why I still believe it's one of the most important truths we can accept as adults. In my early 20s, life felt fragile. I was working, but I didn't feel established. I was earning money, but barely staying ahead of my bills. I didn't feel like I had any real margin, financially or emotionally. I remember lying awake at night doing mental math, thinking about rent, thinking about whether I was falling behind already. And on top of that, I didn't feel settled inside myself. There was a sense that I was trying to build a life on moving ground. But even in that uncertainty, something was clear. No one else was going to step in and fix this for me. No one was going to tell me exactly what to do next. No one was going to remove the pressure. No one was going to make the decisions on my behalf. If my life was going to move forward, it would be because I choose to move it. And oddly, that clarity didn't make me panic too much. It focused me. Taking responsibility didn't feel empowering in the moment. It felt heavy. It meant admitting that if I stayed stuck, that was on me. If I avoided hard decisions, that was on me. If I didn't change something, nothing would change. There was no one else to blame, but there was also no one else to wait for. Once I accepted that no one was coming to save me, I approached life a bit differently. I made decisions before I felt confident. I took risks without guarantees. I learned by doing and by getting things wrong. I stopped expecting life to feel stable before I moved forward. I learned stability comes after action, not before it. Over time, this belief shaped me in ways I didn't fully see. It made me capable, it made me resilient, it made me trust myself, but it also made me self-reliant. I don't always ask for help. I can carry things quietly far too long. I can default to, I'll handle it, even when I don't need to. That's the shadow side of learning early that your life is your responsibility. But here's what I've learned with time. It's much easier to soften independence later than it is to build responsibility from nothing. You can learn to ask for help. You can learn to let people support you. You can learn to share the load. But responsibility, real ownership, has to come first. If you're listening and feeling frustrated, overwhelmed, or disappointed that no one has stepped in yet, I want to offer this gently. This might not be the moment you're rescued. This might be the moment you realize that if you want something different, it's on you to choose it. Not perfectly, not fearlessly, just honestly. No one is coming to save you. Not because you don't matter, but because your life isn't meant to be lived in waiting. If you want to build something, it's on you. If you want change, it's on you. If you want to make something of yourself, it starts with your decisions. That truth can feel heavy, but it's also where your strength begins. Because the moment you stop waiting to be saved is the moment you realize you were always meant to take responsibility for your life. And that realization, as hard as it is, can change everything.